Okay, great. I think we can start now. We start with just good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Thank you all for joining today's session. I'm Ashwin Nagar from Acero Consulting Engineers, and we are the official channel partners of the Nimishek Group, which is the parent company for Bluebeam. In today's Bluebeam section, we'll explore how Bluebeam can help you streamline RFIs, submittals, drawing management, and overall document coordination across your projects. We will also look into the practical workflows that improve collaboration, reduce delays, and helps teams work more efficiently. So, moving on to today's agenda. So, we will begin with discussing common project challenges and collaborative review workflows using Bluebeam Revu. We will move on to the RFI and submittal workflows, followed by the ways to efficiently track statuses using custom stamps and markup rules in Bluebeam. We will also explore drawing and document management, including how projects and improve and include how studio projects helps team to organize, manage, and share files more efficiently. Uh, Finally, towards the end, we will cover market licensing, support option, and we will have a Q&A session in the end as well. Here's what we are hoping you will take away from today's session. So we hope that you'll walk away with practical workflows you can immediately apply to your projects using Bluebeam Revu. We will cover efficient ways to manage RFIs, submittals, and drawing revisions and project documentation with better coordination across your whole team. You will also learn the industry's best practices for improving communications, approvals, and document control throughout your project life cycles. So basically from start to end. And we will help you continue learning even after the session by sharing some documentation, tutorial content, and of course, our participation certificates. Please do stay with us till the end of the session. Quick introduction to today's presenter. So I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Kirti Chandra Joshi. He's a structural engineer at Acero. Kirti holds a MTech in structures from Delhi Technological University and has hands-on experience across Bluebeam, RISA, Idea Statica, RFIM, and many more softwares. He has multiple certificates from Bluebeam as well. He will be taking you through the detailed technical workflow in just a bit. So we can move on to the next slide, please. Yeah. And before we dive in, I would like to share a few words about Acero Consulting Engineers. So we are not just a software reseller. We are your software partners. We have worked with more than 300 clients, delivered more than 30 products, and supported projects across 20 plus locations. Our team is made up of postgraduates from top structural engineering universities, and we help our client enhance productivity, streamline your workflows, and get the most economical solution possible. We do that through regular knowledge posters. We do regular webinars, not only for Bluebeam, for many of our other softwares as well. And we share enough resources to all of our clients. So we ensure that you keep learning and extracting more value from your tools. So a quick overview of what we sell here at Acero. So we are a channel partner of Nimishek, but we have multiple softwares under the Nimishek portfolio that we have. We are authorized channel partners to sell inside India and nearby countries as well. So of course we have Bluebeam, which we will be focusing on today. It's a smart PDF collaboration tool for AEC professionals like yourself. We have RISA 3D, which is a 3D powerful 3D analysis and design software. In the RISA suite, we get RISA connection, floor, and foundation. That is for the integrated connection, foundation, and floor design. We have Adapt for all your PT and RC complete design. And finally, Allplan, which is a BIM-based design platform for architects and engineers. If you want to know any more about any of these softwares, please feel free to contact us after the meeting. Other than the Bluebeam software Nimishek portfolio, we also have other solutions like Autodesk, which might be already aware of. Idea Statica, which is an advanced key connection design. and analysis software. We also have Karamba, Shuriken, and Uber Infinity. If you want to look into any of these softwares, please feel free to reach out to us after the meeting. And with that being said, I would like to introduce Kirti. So, Kirti, you can start the meeting by moving ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Ashwin. I hope I'm audible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon, everyone. So, many of you, already be aware about the Bluebeam, but for anyone new who have attended this session, I'll start with a quick introduction. So, Bluebeam is PDF markup, collaboration, documentation, and editing tool that is used by the AEC professionals to streamline their project communication in the AEC industry. So it helps architect, engineers, and the overall AEC professionals to manage the project communications. And with the Bluebeam, teams can create the markups or can compare the drawing revisions and can carry out the measurements and even collaborate in the real time. And definitely they can securely, manage the project document. And on the other hand, it also supports some customizations and some automations, integration, data export, and the digital signatures, which means that the teams can, standardize the workflows with the custom tools and some of the stamps that helps us to reduce the manual work, and they can definitely connect with the softwares like the Autodesk, the Revit, and can generally, generate the report easily out of it. And definitely it will help us to maintain the secure approvals with the digital signatures and the proper tracking. So with all this, the question is why so many project teams are adopting the Bluebeams in their daily workflows. So I have highlighted few of the features as you can see in the slide. So what it does is Bluebeam helps us, like the project teams, to work more efficiently, by centralizing all the PDF workflows in the real time or in the one place. I mean, with the Bluebeam, teams can even, collaborate in the real time. That will help us to speed the reviews and the approvals, and definitely reduce the normal or the general email process we do. And the cloud connected platforms with the studio allows to secure our file from of either office or to the site. And there are some tool sets or the tool set that helps us to improve the communications, and definitely we can manage our drawings and can create the RFI and the submittals and manage our documents more effectively, that we are going to discuss and demonstrate today. So if we discuss about the common workflows and the challenge that we usually face, so one of the biggest challenge, I believe, which we all might face is managing the multiple drawings revisions. So basically, as the project, evolves, so drawings are continuously updated, and I mean, the teams often, struggle to identify which versions is the latest approved set, and delayed approvals are also the major concern in the construction project, like the review process that involves the multiple email threads and printed drawings. And we just manually track all these activities, so that can slow down the decision making. And there might be the communication gaps between the consultant, contractor, and the site teams that can definitely also help to slow down the decision making. And if there are any inconsistent markups and the poor document tracking, that also may lead to the error and the rework, which definitely lead to the project delay. So these are the common challenges that Bluebeam helps to solve through their better collaboration and the document management process. So if you face any other challenges, just feel free to write down in the chat box here. So as you can see on this slide, here are the few steps that you can streamline the design review process. So you can centralize all the documents in the Bluebeam Studio project. So what is a Studio project? It is generally, a cloud-based document management system for storing all of your project files. You can upload the PDFs and the other file types, and you can definitely invite the project partners so that they can access the project files from anywhere and any part of the world. So project files can be used in studio sessions, definitely for the collaborative real-time markups, where you can track all the changes automatically, and every markup you do is logged with the name and the timestamp. So you can also compare the drawing revisions and overlay the pages to see, what the changes has been done. So we'll also see how we can have the access to the studio project and the document comparison as we move forward. So for the real-time collaboration, as you can see, you can have the access to the Bluebeam Studio Session. And Studio Sessions is, basically the collaboration platform inside the Bluebeam that will help you, that allows your, the project team just to work on the same PDF at the same time. So this means, like your engineers, the architect, the contractors, and anyone who are enrolled in the project team can join the one session and can review the document together. So with these studio sessions, everyone can add the markups, the comment, and reviews the drawing files without sending the multiple PDF versions. So I mean, basically, it keeps all of your teams in the one platforms and definitely helps to review, remove the confusion that usually happens, when people's like the different people's edit the different copies of the same file. So we'll also have a look on this studio session in our demonstration part as we move forward in the today's webinar. So anyone who are already using the Bluebeam might be familiar that there are a lot of features that are helpful for every stage of the project lifecycle, from the moment you start the project and hand over to the owner. So today we'll focus on this RFI management and the submittal process, and they are almost similar and parallel to each other. Also, you can see how Bluebeam adds, its value in each phase of the project life cycle. I mean, in the planning and the design, you can use the Bluebeam for, markups or the drawing review or compare the documents. And in the construction or in the pre-construction part, you can definitely handle the accurate quantity takeoff and the submittals and the approvals. And in the construction and the post-construction part, you can use the RFI templates, you can use the studio sessions for the real-time collaboration and the data management tool, just to streamline the field and the office communications. And definitely you can perform a clean handover and the digital handover with all the index document that may be required for the operation and the maintenance team. So I mean, like with the Bluebeam, if you are integrated it into the every phase of the project, we are digitizing our documents in a more collaborative ecosystem. So before we jump into the demonstration part, I just wanted to highlight about the RFI and submittals part, which we are going to discuss today. So they are the most important, for the communication workflows in any of the project, as you might be aware. And you also might be familiar that an RFI or the request of information is used like when there is any kind of the missing information, or let's say the unclear details, or maybe there is some coordination conflict in the drawings or some of the specifications. So in that case, we may use the RFI. For example, like a contractor may notice that the beam detail conflicts with the ceiling layout, and they can raise the RFI for the clarifications before the construction begins. So I mean, with the Bluebeam Revu, that is the desktop version, so we or that any of the teams can create or track the RFIs directly within the PDF instead of rely on the long email chains. So with the Bluebeam Studio, your office and the site team can also collaborate in the real time, like I did mention. That helps us to resolve the issue faster and just to prevent from releasing any delay. Some additional features are also there, like the custom stamps and the status tracking that helps to quickly, identify whether an item is under review, approved, or it is rejected or pending. So we are going to demonstrate that as well. So the next is the submittals, like they are also important part of the construction workflows. Because as you might be familiar that they help to verify and approve the materials, the equipments, and the shop drawings before any installation begins. Like for example, before installation of, for example, the facade panels or let's say an SBS equipment, the contractors can submit the product details and the shop drawings to the consultant just for the review and the approvals. So this the main goal I mean to say is to avoid the costly mistake and the rework or the change orders later during the construction. So there are predefined submittals forms available in the Bluebeam, which you may directly use. So we'll also see from where you can have the access to the RFI and submission forms in our demonstration part today. And the next slide, this slide shows you the typical workflow for managing the RFI and submissions using the Bluebeam Revu that we are also going to demonstrate. The first step is setup, where your project teams can the project team can standardize your forms and can create the reusable tool sets and can organize the folder structure. For example, any of the companies or the project teams can standard like create their RFI templates and approval stamps on, so that in every of the project follows the same process. Next is documents are uploaded into the studio project, which act as a document management system. Later, the team's member can access the latest files from anywhere. And next is using the Bluebeam Revu Studio. Once the documents are ready for review, they are pushed into the studio sessions for a review. What it does is here, your architect or the engineers or the contractors and even the clients can review all the documents simultaneously and can comment on the PDF in the real time. And finally, all the completed RFIs and the submittals are stored back in the studio project, and we can create the Bluebeam set that can be used to create and organized. And we can easily, navigate the document index for the entire project team. So this is generally the typical workflow. Like I mentioned, Bluebeam teams, Bluebeam helps teams to manage the drawings and the documents by using the Studio project, that is the centralized cloud document management system. Then teams can quickly compare the drawing revisions and automatically identify the additions or if there are any modifications done between the multiple revisions. So, for example, the revised drawings with the beam layout or the dimensions changes. So Bluebeam will automatically highlight those changes instantly in the drawings by using some of the features that are already available. So what it does is it helps to maintain the proper document tracking and creates the organized drawing set. And you can easily access from desktop or even from the browser, web browser, or from the mobile devices, so that everyone can work from the latest approved the documents. So it is quite helpful for the drawing and the document management. We'll also cover this today. And here are some of the different tool sets that you can use for the document management throughout the project lifecycle. So these are some of the few tools that are available in the Bluebeam that may be useful from markups and the document comparisons and even the measurements to RFI and the submittals and the drawing tracking. So what it does, it helps teams to, improve the coordination, like I mentioned, and you can have a better control over the project documentation and the revisions. So let's have a look into all these features, into the Bluebeam software in the next slide. So here I created a small video for you just for showing all of these workflows. So I'm going to open my Bluebeam Revu software. So as you can see on my screen, so the software has been opened and we have already demonstrated its basic features in our previous webinar. You can just have a look at this, but within this help file options, if you are new, you can just have the more information about the Bluebeams and you will get all the tutorials from the help file options, as you can see on the screen. And under the help file, there is the welcome to the review tab. So where you can just learn some of the tutorials and some of the sample files are already created if you are new to the Bluebeam. So I will go on the file tab and I will just simply try to create the RFI form directly from using the Bluebeam. So in the file tab, you can see the new PDF form template. And under there are different types of the forms available. As you can see, the file form, the inbox, RFI, and the submittal forms. So I'll just click on the RFI forms and it will show me the RFI forms with all the necessary information mentioned. So you can edit that as well. You can, definitely add your own RFI templates and can work on that also. So if you want to view it in a different form, then you can use the view tab options. And as you can see, it has a lot of information like the project name, the RFI number, the project number. Right now, you can see it is non-editable, means you are not able to fill out of this form, but I will also show you how you can make this form editable. For that, you need to just go on the I will also try to open the form that I have already created and will demonstrate you. So I'm just going on my local browser and just opening the RFI form, which have some information and the company logo I've already added. As you can see, this form is also the non-editable right now. So I'm also going to add one of my floor plan in this drawing. Now you can see in the tools option, there are some of the stamps available so that you can use directly if you don't have any of the logo. So I've already created my logo. You can just create your own stamps and can use directly here in this. And later below, you have the form options. Right now, this form is non-editable. If you want to edit this form, you can use the form option. And there are different options like you can see the text box, the radio button. If you want to add a text box, you can just use that options and can click on any part of the PDF. Then it will allow you to enter the text. But using this manual method will be time consuming. But what we are going to do is we'll just try to automatically fill the form. So you can just go on the tools option and again on the form. Then you will see the automatic form options where it will automatically highlight the required space. Then if you click on any part of the drawing, then the forms is automatically be editable. So in the left hand side, what you are going to see, it will generate all of your information. As you can see on your RFI template, the company name, as you can see the address, the point of contact, and all the informations are listed in the left hand side as you see on the screen. So you can fill out your information as well. And if I want to write any of my company name. So I'm just filling out the required information, the company name, the details, and the address too. We are just filling it as the Noida. We are located in Noida, and the point of contact, I'm just filling it as my name. And there is some RFI number. For example, I'm just writing it a general number 12345, and you can also create a date of request. So for that, you can just click on the form options at the left hand side. You can see the form options below. Once you click on that, the list will again be displayed, and you have all of the index available here. Once you click on any of that options, that will take you into that particular tab of the form. And once you click on date of request, and once you click on the settings items at the top, that is the property item, then you will have the options to select the date options in different format as you see below. Like there is the option of month, date, and the year, and it will also include the hour and the minute format as well. So whatever the format you want to include, you can just use that format. So, and you can also create out a custom format as well. So I'm just trying to add one format from here, and you can just simply click, and you can just fill out the date, and it will automatically display the time also. So because we are using that format, so it's quite easy just to change out the property. As you can see, there are different forms options like the text box, the radio button at the top. There are some drop down options available. There are some checkbox, list box, and the buttons and the digital signatures options. So right now, if your documents have already the digital signature field options, then it will automatically create the signatures also. Right now, I'm going to show you open by different forms, and there is the signature options available here. So if we want to add any of the data, then we can use again the same process, the same automatically form fill process from the tools tab, as you can see on my screen. Once you can go on that forms and automatically create the forms, it will create a digital signature. As you can see, it is highlighted by the red, and once you click on that, you can assign the digital signature also. You can easily create a digital sign and digital signature from the Bluebeam also, that I quickly want to show. And later on, if I want to use the drop down features, and if I want to include the drop down features in my RFI forms, I can easily go on the drop down options that is also available. And right now I can see I can click on the project location. For example, it's the project locations options in the my drawing. So if I want to give the different locations, for example, where the project is located in any part of the India, so I can give out the different location, and they can fill out the form so that that information is not missed. So I can simply click on it and click on the drop down icons, and can create out a box where we want to put that drop down. And once you click that, you can see the drop down has been added. And once you click on the setting icon, then in the below options, you will have the options to fill. In the item tabs, I'm going to fill the two options like the location for the Delhi and the Mumbai. So I can just simply click on add. And as you can see in the drop down box, now the Delhi and the Mumbai has been added in the project location. So whatever the information you want to add in your form, you can just create by the different types of the options that are available using in that forms options. So there is also the tab for the information to fill. And for example, if you want to add a box which you don't want to miss the information that may be filled. For example, you can just highlight its box. You can just highlight the box by the certain color and mark it as a required field. For that, you can go again from the setting tab, and you can just select the different types of the color, and you can just click on the required options so that the missing information is necessary to fill. So as you can see, you can just highlight it. It is displayed by the red, and you can, what I will do is I will just try to copy this page just by Control C and the Control V, just to show one more example here, because I have one only the one page in my form. If you have the multiple page, you can use this feature I'm going to show. What I'm going to show is I can just go on the form. Right now, you can see in the page one, all the index has been displayed by certain naming, and even in the page two, all the index has been named by certain naming. So once if there are the multiple space where you want to provide the information, and for example, if there is like if there is the RFI number in multiple pages, and the RFI number will be same. So if you don't need to manually type the RFI number for all of the page, so you can just use type the RFI number for one page, and it will automatically be filled in all of the pages. So that I'm going to show you, but it should have the same naming convention. As you can see, I will also show you how you can fix this. And in the page one and page two, what I will do is I will just split this document. There is the split options at the bottom. And also I can synchronize this document. I have the options to synchronize the pages as well. What does the synchronize do is if we scroll the document, so both pages will be scroll down. If you use the synchronize option, that can be controlled from the view options available at the top. So once you untick that synchronize options, only the document you are scrolling is going to scroll, and the other document is have no effect on scrolling. So I'm just trying to show just by filling out the RFI number of the project informations, and that will be displayed in my other page as well. So I can simply go on the form options. So right now what you can see the drawing, the project ID. I'm just going to see the project ID here. It is displayed as project ID /1. And in the page two, it is just displayed as project ID. So I'm just going to make the unique project name only just by rename it. Once you click on that, it will just take me to the particular area of the sheet. So I'll just click on right click and rename, and it will replace it by the project ID. So now I will just fill the project ID name in one of the page, and it is automatically going to fill in the other page as well. So for example, if I want to fill the project ID, for example, certain number, right now you can see the 100, it is automatically displayed in my different pages as well. So I mean, if you make the same naming for the information you want to fill in the different pages of the project, you can just change this so that you don't have to manually fill all the information in the different pages at one time. So I'm just going to use it in a single view right now. And there are lots of information available. So what I will do is I have the floor plan available here, and I want to add some snaps from this floor plan, and will add in the RFI templates, and will link that uh, and I will also link that particular comment with the documents. So how we can do this? We can just scroll the drawing page, and you can just put out a different markups in your drawing. For example, if I have different markups already added, so I can just use the cloud features, and you can just change out the thickness and the text box size also. There are the properties available at the top bar. So I'm just changing the properties here, and you can just write your comment. So I'm just writing the provide air ventilations requirement for my meeting rooms. So I can just, I have already put it one markups, and I'm going to add this in my RFI forms. For that, we can use the snapshot feature. It will do the copy. So I'm just clicking it over the grid 4 and 5 so that it will be visible in my RFI template, that it will be clear that if from the grid 4 and 5, I am taking this information. So I'm just taking the snapshot feature just to copy this, and I'm just going back to my RFI templates, and in the response tab, I'm just going to attach this part just by right clicking and paste, selecting the paste options. You can fill whatever the information you'd like to fill in your RFI form. So I'm just showing you the process over process, and you can definitely add your stamps or if you want to include the date and time, you can definitely add it from the tools tab. So there are already the predefined stamps for the date and time also. So I'm just going to use one format for it. So once you click on the date, it will automatically going to create the date for me. So you can use these features, and whatever the information you want to add from a drawing into the RFI form, you can use by this way, and you can save your documents. And once you click on the recent tab, you can see this is the RFI form which I have already created and opened recently. So the recently opened PDF forms are available displayed here. So if I want to hyperlink this part of the drawing with my RFI document, I can definitely do that. So there is the green hyperlink tab options available with the plus sign. So once I click on this and going to add a different part from my drawing, so it will automatically create a hyperlinks. Means if I click on that particular part, then it will open the RFI forms for that. So we can use the hyperlink features also. So once you go on the floor plan, so once you click on that part, it will just open the RFI template. So it's quite easy to navigate. And there are other similar process for the submission forms as well. So there are, once you click on the files options, there are from the new PDF form templates, you can just get out the submittal forms in a similar manner. So there are lots of information, submission ID and the project name and the informations. And there are some checkbox options available right now. Again, the forms is non-editable. What we can do is we can use the automatically create form fields using the features available. So once you click on that, right now you can see all the signature tabs and even the checkbox options has been filled automatically. Then you can just now this form is editable and you can just edit it. So this is the way where you can, create your RFI and the submission forms. So in the next step, what we are going to see how you can store these documents in your studio project, which act as a cloud, like the document storage platforms, and how you are going to review your documents using the studio collaboration tools. So this is again the studio project, which is your document management. So I have my own forms. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a studio project and going to store that RFI in our studio project, which is a cloud-based document storage systems. So there is like the home icons you can see in the left-hand side, bottom left-hand side of the icons. Once you click on that, you are going to see the two options at the top. You can see the display studio, and after that there are two icons. One is the studio project and one is the studio session. And once you click on the studio project, and you can just click on the plus icons, and you can create your own studio project. You can just give it a different name for your project. RFI and the submittals, I'm just going to give a name for my project. And once you click on OK, then this project, you can see the studio project has been created. Now under this project, we can upload any types of the files, and we can upload the multiple files. Even we can upload the folder structure into that file. So I'm just going to demonstrate how you can upload the folder structures. Once you click on upload folders, and from your local drive, you can just select out the folders, and whatever the files inside the folder will be added in the that RFI and submission project. Right now, you can see, you can just, you can see on the screen that I have added my project files and under that project. So there are lots of the pages and the subfolders available. So that are already been added in my studio project. And you can see there is the options for the RFI also. So I've already created one RFI folders. So you can just click on that just to see out the RFI forms that I have recently created. So you can just click on it, and you will have all the files from your folders, and you can invite a Teams member just to have the permission to that file. So I'm just writing my colleague information's email ID. And in from the settings, you have the control. You can just give out the different controls to the attendees you have invited. Like there are different permissions levels of. Regarding this, we have already created a webinars. Like we have already created the previous webinars regarding the studio project and sessions. You can just look, have a look through it. So, like what are the permissions level we can set out to the attendees. So there are different folder permissions label options available also. So basically, I mean, in from this tab, you can set out the different folder permissions label to the attendees who have joined the studio project. Right now, you can display it in the forms of the list or the symbols. So once you click on the RFI template, then you have the options to open it. Right now, the same forms has been opened, but you can see in the left right hand side, all the markup tools, as you can see, are hide out. Means you can see the lock options under the RFI also, which means this is the check-in. You need to get it out. You need to just click on that lock symbol just to edit that document, because uh, once you click on checkout options, then only you are going to get that markup options, and you can able to edit this file. So in the studio project, only one person at a one time can only edit the document, and they need to check out and check in just to take out the document editing part. And you can fill out the different information. For example, so once you have uploaded the documents in the cloud, anyone can, and you have invited them to your studio project, then they can fill out your forms. And for example, I'm just writing it randomly here, and you can just add stamps and the times that I am going to create here. And if I have make the any update, then what I need to do is I again need to go back to the check-in, and I can just update this to the server copy, so that so that the other person will have the latest set of the revisions that I have done. Once you click on the update server copy and check in, now this is the latest file that they are going to get. And once you click on the right click, and once you click on the revision history, then it will show you the times and whatever the changes have been made in that drawing. So all the informations are tracked, and whoever person have done that information change is also going to track in the document. And you will also get a link to share your files and to set out a password while sharing out the files, and so that you can have the better control over your document. And right now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add the files that I have already added in the studio sessions, like this RFI templates. I'm just going to push back into the studio sessions. Just by right clicking it, you can see the add to the studio sessions option. So once I click on that, add to studio sessions, then I can create a session name just for the RFI, and we can invite our different team members just to review these files. Because in the studio project, what it does, only the one person can do the change at a one time, and it basically works as the cloud storage. But in the studio session, multiple teams member can work on the same file in the same PDF at real time. So I already created a studio sessions, and right now you can see online status. One persons have been right now I am only the online. So I'm just going to add one more participants in this studio sessions. You can see the documents have already been uploaded because we have used the studio project file and put that into the studio session. And once you click on the plus icon and give out the email whom you want to invite, I'm just writing my colleague information and invite them to the session. He will get an email invitation like this, and with the information. And once he click on join the sessions, you can join it from the web also. I'm just demonstrating how you can join from the web. You can just click on joining the web options, and that is going to open in his browser the same file uh, from my colleague. And right now you can see in the online status, Mr. Rahul have also joined in the studio sessions. Previously, I was only the online in the sessions. So by this way, you can invite a different teams member, architect, engineers, owners, or any of the contractors to your sessions and review the project files. And all the things are going to record in the studio sessions at the bottom. So you can see the forms. So if you have added multiple people in this session, then they can put out their review and the response and can fill out and can collaborate in the real time. For example, in the stamps options right now, for example, I'm just going to take one of the stamps with the device, then it will automatically going to create a date and the time for it. And right now, once you click on that, it will ask you to open in the split view. If you click on yes, then it will split. If you click on no, then only that document will open in the full screen. Since we use the options no, then document is going to open, but it has not updated this revised option, but how we can update it in the studio project, because we have taken this file from the studio project, but right now the comment or the revised comment or the response we have added is only shown in the studio sessions only, but not in the studio project. But what we can do is in the studio sessions, open the document tab, we can just right click it, and you can see the update project copy options. Once you click on that and click on the check-in, then it is going to update my copy in the studio project also. You will get a notifications, and once you click on the studio project right now, as you can see on my screen, and open the document right now, it will, now you can see that the document which we have commented within the studio sessions has been updated in the studio project also. So by this way, you can update in your studio project also. So regarding the document management, I'm quickly going to show how you can, compare your multiple sheets or the multiple drawing using some of the features like the compare documents and the overlay features. And then also see how we can generate the page labels for your drawings. So once you click on any of the drawing, and you can see, you can just right now I can just adding the 2 page in my existing studio sessions. Right now you can see 2 project have 2 files has been updated. So it looks almost similar, but and if we are using it manually or using a butter paper just to align it, it will be quite difficult for us, and it will time consuming. But we are using the Bluebeam's automatic features just to compare this document. And there are 2 pages right now which you have opened, and under the document tab, we are going to compare the document options. And once you click on that, the latest set of the drawing is already open in the document A, and in the file B, you can add another document which you want to compare. And there is the options of the auto align features. As you can see, right now it is the page align, but you can just click on the auto align feature. It is the AI features in the Bluebeam that will automatically align the pages. And once you click on OK, right now you can see the difference has been marked with a markup. As you can see, the orange markup with the change that has been done between the 2 set of the drawing. Right now, this portion has been changed. Right now, there are 2 doors and only the 1 door. So Bluebeam will automatically compare your drawings. So even your multiple teams members can collaborate effectively using the Bluebeam's real-time studio collaboration just to review the previous sets of the drawing. So because we are just checking uh, this review drawing just in studio session, so that everyone who are invited to this session will get the information and can review all this together in a real time, and they can generate the report out of it also. And we are also going to use the overlay features that is used to compare the drawings using the different colors. We can add the different files which we want to compare, and again with the auto align features. Right now, you can, once you click on that, instead of the markup, you are going to get a change with the different colors. Right now, the colors which we have highlighted in the green and the red, and even the small text change will also displayed in the color using this overlay and the compare features. So once you click on the any of the documents, then from the studio files, you can use that. And we are going to use another feature right now is generating a page label. Right now in the left hand side, you can see in the thumbnail panel, my page label is displayed as E2.02 and then the electrical plan name following. But if we want to use a different page label, we can do that as well. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a page label. Right now, this option is not is showing the hideout because because I think this is from the studio project and we have already created a check-in, but we need to go in the studio project and check out just to edit that document. So once you click on checked out, then you can see the page label icon has been active. Once you click on that and select the page regions, you can select the page region from the drawing. So I'm just highlighting the electrical plan and click on adding followed by the different regions. Now you can see there will be some change in my thumbnail panel. Right now it is displayed as in the different page label, and you can extract the page out of it if you have a multiple page in your PDF drawing. So this is all regarding how you can use the RFI forms and how you can collaborate in the real time and how you can store your documents in the Bluebeam. So whatever we are explored, like the drawings and the document management that are being made easy in the Bluebeam. So its impact can be seen clearly after using the Bluebeam. So it has also been reported that the professionals using the Bluebeam report that there are significant improvement in the productivity and the accuracy and even the team's coordination. And you can see on the slide, user reports up to the 75% reduction in review cycle time and 90% less rework. So this number, reflect what happens when, the documents or the comments are centralized. And when the communication is easy, then, there is less chance of the mistake and definitely the accuracy will improve. So if you are exploring the Bluebeam case study, you will find examples of how the AEC professionals around the world are using the Bluebeam. So it is a wide range of the customer success stories available on their official website, where you can filter your case studies by different categories as shown in the image. So they also, the Bluebeam also regularly shares the video stories on their YouTube channel so that you can hear directly from the customers about how they are, using the Bluebeam in their project. So I've also added a snip of the Bluebeam stories from the Bluebeam official website as seen on the bottom right. So we are at the end of the session. So to summarize today, what we have covered, we explored how to manage RFI and discuss some common workflow challenges that we typically face in the project workflow. And we also looked at checking the document with the custom stamps as well as how we can store the documents in the studio project. So we also see like how we can compare the document using the compare documents and the overlay pages and generating the page labels. So we also touched on where you can get the available case study resources, and we'll also informed at the end of the webinar regarding the licensing and the support options. So we'll display some poll questions here, and then we can take the frequently asked questions.
Hi, Kirti. So, yeah, thanks a lot for that insightful session. Yes, everyone. So, I hope you found the session insightful. Please, we have some one or two more polls. Please take part in them so that we can, you know, further make these webinars more useful. According to your feedback. Okay. So yeah, we have chat boxes open. There's a separate chat box for Q&A session. If you have any questions, please do let us know. We'll try to answer them within the session itself. If not, Kirti, I do have some questions from what I, as a sales manager, usually get during our interaction with the clients. So I'll be shooting those questions. I hope we can answer them for all of you. So the first question that we usually get is there a limit on the number of files that can be uploaded into a studio session and project?
Yes, in studio sessions, you can upload the files up to the 5,000 files in one session. So that is a quite large number. And in the studio project, you can upload the unlimited files. So there is no restriction.
Okay, so basically there is no restriction. Uh, and what is the maximum file size supported in Bluebeam Studio?
So in the studio session, it supports the file size up to 1 GB per file. And in the studio project, it supports the unlimited file size. So there is no restriction again in the studio project, but it is generally recommended to keep the total project size, like total project size up to under the 10 GB, just for the better performance, but there is no any limitations.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks a lot, Katie. So, one more question that we usually get is that does Bluebeam have a Revit plugin for batch printing vector PDFs?
Yes, thank you, Ashwin, for the question. So, yes, definitely, you can create either the 2D or the 3D PDFs, directly from the Revit and the other Autodesk product. And you can definitely batch convert the files from the Revit. And you will get additional options to print either the raster or the vector PDF also. So, yes, this is possible.
Okay. So we have a question from one of our attendees. Mr. Prasad is asking, is it compulsory to have a Bluebeam for client also? Like how many people can use one license to connect, and how do we connect a client to Bluebeam? Because if there are not going to buy, basically he's asking is,
Yeah,
does he have to
yeah,
buy a Bluebeam
yes, I
license
got
for
it.
his client as well?
Yes, I got it question. So thank you, Prasad, for your question. So it's not necessary that your client needs to buy the license. So what you can do is during the studio sessions, your clients can also join the studio sessions without a Bluebeam subscription license. They can use the web versions like I have shown during my demonstration. They just need an email ID to participate in the studio sessions. But web version do have some limited features like the basic markup and the measurement features. But Bluebeam subscription is generally not required for the collaborators or the client. And one license, and you also mentioned how many people can one license connect. So you can invite different numbers of the people in one license. Since it is a cloud-based license, you will have one admin portal. You can have different numbers of the users, but only one active users can use it at a one time. I hope this clears the query, right?
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Kirti. And thank you, Mr. Prasad, for your question. So moving ahead, let's move on to support and learning. Yeah. So at Acero and Bluebeam, support is a priority. So if you purchase Bluebeam through Acero, you will get dedicated support channels via phone, email, online voice chat as well through Teams. Uh, about the license type will be a cloud-based annual license. So it will offer maximum flexibility to change between users and different machines. Finally, about learning resources, so we can share extensive list of webinars, courses, tutorials, manuals, and knowledge bases, so that you can get updated on all the stuff that is going on around our softwares. So before we conclude, here are a quick preview of what we have in the store for the next few months. Firstly, we'll be covering Adapt Builder, which we will focus on analysis and design for reinforced concrete and post-tension concrete structures. And we will also be covering a dedicated session to RISA 3D, where we will explore advanced 3D structure analysis and workflow design across composite structures. Both of these are coming in June, so stay tuned, and we will give you exact date in a short in a few time. Yeah, here is how you can contact us. So we are based out of Noida. You are welcome to join us in the office. It's in Sector 57. Few of our contact details. If you need any quotation, if you have any questions after the webinar, feel free to directly connect with us. Even if you want a dedicated demo session towards to your team, and you want it to be more structured towards your workflows, we can do that as well. You can note down the numbers, or you can just write down to solutions@acero.in, which will directly land to me, and I'll reach out to you. Yeah, so basically that's all from our side. Thank you all again for joining us for today's session. I hope you found the session very insightful, and very heartily thank you to Mr. Kirti as well for a very, very helpful session. Yeah, thank you all. Thank you for joining in. Have a very good day.
Yeah, thank you. Have a great day.